markets.
Economy to grow by 4.7% this year. Talks on increasing PNG life expectancy underway. And PNG eyes dominance at Pacific Mini Games.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. The World Bank has reported that Papua New Guinea's economy is set to grow by 4.7% in 2025 from the 3.8% in 2024.
This growth is driven by rising gold and copper production at the Porgera Gold Mine and Oktedi Copper Mine, together with a strong recovery in agriculture. It was highlighted the country's fiscal performance continues to improve as PNG's fiscal deficit narrowed to 3.2% of gross domestic product in 2024. However, it was also noted that risks remain, including unstable global commodity prices, foreign exchange shortages, and global climate-related threats. World Bank senior economist for Papua New Guinea, Resika Singh, said despite global headwinds, PNG is charting a path forward.
However, PNG's key trading partners are expected to sustain robust growth, cushioning some of the negative impact from the overall softening global growth. So when I say key trading partners, I would like to emphasize that while in 2025 China's growth is projected to slow, it is still expected to remain strong. And two other trading partners, Japan and Australia, growth is expected to accelerate, increase in 2025. So why is this important for PNG? If trading partners are growing, meaning there will be more demand for the products that PNG is selling or exporting.
The report recommended for continued fiscal consolidation, deeper structural reforms, and smarter investments in education and health to sustain growth and stability. The report also stated that if the fiscal and structural reforms stay on track, PNG could achieve a balanced budget by 2027 and shift toward a more inclusive, diversified economy. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the World Bank's 10th edition of Papua New Guinea's Economic Update, which was released today, reported that amid global commodity price and persistent domestic challenges, the country's long-term prosperity will depend on improving the agricultural sector.
85% of the country's population, the analysis showed that agriculture can become a powerful engine for job creation, export growth, and poverty reduction if there is improvement in productivity, connecting smallholders to markets, and attracting private investment. East Asia and Pacific Practice Manager for Agriculture, Pavo Elist, said PNG farmers can help lead the country's next phase of development when there are right policies and investments in place.
With the right policies and investments in productivity, value chains, and broader systems to support the sector, agriculture can play an even bigger role in driving gross job creation and reducing the vulnerability of the country to external shocks.
The report recommended for boosting smallholder productivity through improved seeds, farmer practices, and extension services, like scaling up investments in value chains to enhance infrastructure and post-harvest processing. It was also recommended creating a stronger enabling environment through fair land access arrangements and better public-private partnerships will create opportunity and diversify growth. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
A week-long high-level advocacy workshop on national health promotion commenced this morning in Port Moresby with talks on increasing Papua New Guinea's life expectancy to 75 years by 2050.
The National Health Promotion High-Level Advocacy resumed after 13 years today with the theme National Advocacy for Revitalizing Healthy Island Approach to Improve Health Promotion in Papua New Guinea. Deputy Representative of World Health Organization PNG said the health promotion is a powerful tool that empowers people to take control of their health.
It shifts our focus from just treating illnesses to preventing it from happening in the first place. And you know about the 80-20. 80% of what causes our illness is outside of the health services.
He further echoed the Acting Health Secretary Dr. Ken Wai vision of reaching 75 years lifespan by 2050.
By 2050, we should reach 75. That's our hope, and we must run with that vision. And it starts with us as health promoters.
Acting Secretary Ken Wai noted that health is not marketed enough in the country.
Health must tell the people to own health. Own health. Go and tell them, be healthy. Be healthy from the womb to the tomb. So that's where a promotion comes in.
The first day of the workshop saw directors of public health across the 22 provinces, health promoters, partners of National Department of Health, and a team from the University of Philippines who will facilitate the workshop. Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
In a great show of collaboration, the Pacific International Hospital in Port Moresby visited the offices and staff of Papua New Guinea Correctional Service today at their headquarters, giving helpful talk on common illnesses such as breast and lung cancer.
The initiative is to dispel information and helps people in the communities and organizations to confidently come out and discuss their health concerns.
So our job by doing the talks like this is to dispel the myths, increase the boldness. Sometimes people are too ashamed when they are the sick, they don't want to speak about it if it's in a sensitive area, or they don't even want to speak about it. So our job is to dispel the myths, there is no shame, and to bring about the boldness and truth in the people to step forward and speak up very boldly when they get the disease and come forward, approach somebody in the church, approach a friend in the police force or at work, and come to the clinic and take the treatment.
Dr. Raghunath explained individuals need to be serious in taking their medications.
We will guide you with treatment and diet and psychological counseling and all these things. But ultimately, we can only take the horse to the water. We cannot make it drink. Patients have to come in and take the treatment very rigorously and follow the protocols for checking the disease very rigorously to get the best results.
He highlighted, most times because of other barriers, people tend to traditional herbs and fail to quickly show up at hospitals.
And sometimes, they're turning to the herbs and to the sorcery and all these things. They never really come and even register in the clinic. And if they come, they sometimes come when we can do nothing about it.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Dr. Suresh Raghunath has appealed to the staff and members of the PNG Correctional Service to support the advocacy by spreading the necessary awareness messages to their colleagues, families and relatives in their workplace and community.
Actually, the risk does not change, but at least you catch the cancer when it is small and you reduce.
Dr. Raghunath emphasized on signs of early detection, which every individual should understand the symptoms to pick out when they are starting to experience such illness. He encouraged the officers and all citizens on taking healthy diets.
If you do this, You reduce your risk of cancer, of cardiovascular disease, of stroke. You will live a much longer and healthier life with fewer visitations and requirements to the doctor, and you will spend a lot less of time and money on your health. Every penny saved is a penny earned.
Deputy Commissioner Corporate Services Michael Mossery explained the Health Talk is part of the monthly series of awareness in the organization.
This is the first of the series of, monthly get-togethers that we will have between PIH and Correctional Services.
Mr. Mossery acknowledged the PIH team for their effort in delivering very important messages.
Talk to us on some important topics about health and how we can be able to manage our health so we can live better and work better to serve our people in this nation as a healthy population, a healthy workforce.
He added that they wish to conduct medical checkup for their officers in the future.
Have a privilege as an organization to commence our health and awareness program, and at some point down the track we will have medical checks and so forth.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The National Capital District Provincial Health Authority and Business for Health PNG have formalized a partnership through the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding aimed at strengthening disease prevention, health promotion, and the management of tuberculosis, HIV, and non-communicable diseases in workplaces and communities across NCD. This collaboration supports national health priorities, including the National Department of Health's strategies to eliminate TB and HIV, expand immunization and family planning, and reduce the impact of preventable diseases while promoting workplace health and safety. Discussions are underway for the Porgera gold mine landowners to settle in another location yet to be confirmed.
The discussions took place during an official visit to Porgera mine site by the mining minister and member for Finsafen Rainbow Paita last week. This follows the discussion to address some of the issues at the site, like illegal mining and the resettlement of special mining lease landowners as their land is being mined. Apart from that, Minister Paita discussed on production as well as a comprehensive presentation of an ongoing security issues affecting the mine's operations, revenue, and support functions. Key concerns discussed included the deteriorating condition of Highlands Highway in Wabek to Porgera section and the need to increase security personnel in the Porgera Valley. Minister Paita's visit concluded with a tour to the open pit mine, where he observed first and a number of trespasses within the open pit. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja na. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of good pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Barocco Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Soft and Lovely Hair Growth Cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
The numbers capacity is for not more than 10,000 women per year. Last year we had 17,000, which is nearly double what our facility is designed max capacity.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with Dr. Glenn Mola. Would you say Papua New Guinea has a population problem?
Yes, very much so.
That's on tonight.
You're watching National EMTV News. For so many years, children between the ages of 5 to 8 from Ambukanaja village in East Sepik province had to walk for approximately 2 kilometers to the nearest school.
These children, although resilient, will soon celebrate the opening of a life-changing development. Ambukanja village, located beneath mountains and dense forests in the Yangoru-Sausia district, continue to witness developments meant to improve their livelihood. With the recent launching of the Ring Road project, they will now embark on another project, the construction of a 2-in-1 early learning center. Minister for International Trade and Investment and local MP for Yangoru-Sausia, Richard Maru, highlighted that so many intellectuals have come out from this small village and continue to serve PNG, hence supporting the need to educate the young.
Apart from road, why you will start constructing? I can tell you, a project me give you a name, looks over 15 years, you start me. So you will go past, you will make him all team now, Kamandana.
The concept of a modern classroom is welcomed by the villagers as it is much needed. Minister Maru said the school will be built at a total cost of 250,000 kina, with 72,000 kina already released to purchase materials. This story, like many others in rural PNG, tell of our people's resilience and determination to prosper since gaining independence in 1975. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
Pacific Teachers Education Conference, set to commence on the 5th to the 7th of July at the University of Goroka, will provide the opportunity for educators across the Pacific to share their challenges teaching in the remote parts of their countries.
The Pacific Teachers Education Conference is part of the University of Goroka's reform agenda outlined in the Corporate and Strategic Plan 2023 to 2027.
The goal of this conference is to improve how teachers are trained and supported across PNG rural communities and our region. One of the key outcomes or the key goals of this reform is to strengthen the teacher training program at the University of Goroka and improve the quality of education provided to future teachers.
Dr. Harvey said a major outcome of the conference will be a Pacific Declaration on teacher education.
We also plan to launch a Pacific network of deans of education as an outcome of the conference. And this will help universities across the Pacific to stay connected, share ideas, and support each other in the long term.
She further announced the confirmed participants of the conference.
We have confirmed participation of Vanuatu National University, Solomon Island National University, Samoa National University, University of South Pacific, and also Fiji National University, and New Caledonia University.
Two representatives from the 4 regions of the country will also participate in this conference. The conference is noted to be the first of its kind. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Member for Samarai Murua, EC Henry Leonard, said education is the key to align with other sectors once a student gets educated.
Mr. Henry said, although the programs are slow, his administration is pushing for the next generation in Samarai Murua to have access to education. He said as part of its pilot project, a few students in the district were sent to study in overseas universities.
Now, Miss Salim Sambla Pikirin go school on University of Philippines. Or go school up. Now, Miss Salim Sambla Pikirin go long Fiji. What name lo this airport lo Fiji International Airport ya? What name lo gan? Nandi. We have one plus 7 Pikirin from Mississippi High School from Gao Island. This year I graduate from pilot.
He highlighted on the District Development Authority's work with the schools in the district.
So, Lotintin Blomipla, Napla, Mania, Michael Temai, and go down to Mississippi Secondary High School and the vocational school, and by Top Logo. So we will now plan our school, School of Excellence from Mississippi Secondary High School. Tani Mall is a vocational training institution for technical, whether it be mining, tourism, or fishing. Align more and created from the district, educated more Pikinini. Time you come out of Mississippi Secondary High School, at least you have 3 certifications. 1 in technical, 2 in business, 3 in academic.
Mr. Henry added that the law of DDA allows for agreements, joint venture, and businesses. Thus, he stated that his DDA is working to get into business to not rely too much on the national government's budget. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea hosts the 42nd Green Climate Fund Board meeting for the first time as a Pacific Island country after almost a decade in Port Moresby.
Over more than 150 delegates from all over the world arrived in Port Moresby to sit for the meeting. The Green Climate Fund, as the world's largest dedicated climate finance mechanism operating under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, plays a critical role in supporting climate action in developing countries. PNG's selection as host underscores the international community's recognition of our commitment to advancing climate solutions and amplifying the voices of Pacific Small Island developing states on the global stage. In line with the hosting requirements, a whole-of-government approach was adopted in developing the Memorandum of Understanding between the government of Papua New Guinea and the GCF Secretariat. Prime Minister James Marape, in his welcome remarks, said PNG has a 6 to 7% of world's biodiversity.
Our meeting today, we have 6 to 7% of world's biodiversity found in our 462,840 square kilometers of land. And so we welcome you into make a hotspot for both ethno-people diversity as well as biodiversity.
Marape added that the Pacific and PNG live with the environment as our lifestyle over thousands of years.
Over 3,500 years. Why am I saying this? The Pacific and Papua New Guinea live with the environment, live with nature, live in the seas, live in our forests. That has been our lifestyle for over thousands of years. And so in 1975, when we became independent as a country, way before the 1992 Rio General meeting on biodiversity, forestry, and our people environment, long before there was an Article 5 and Article 6, which saw PNG contributing to Article 5 and Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. Our country in 1975 purposefully and deliberately put sustainable use of our resources, not just for the generation at present, but generation to come. That's the modus operandi of our national development pursuits.
Executive Director for the Green Climate Fund, Mafalda Duwat, said holding the board meeting in PNG is a statement of intent to assist nations who are impacted by climate change.
So for us, holding this board meeting here in Papua New Guinea is not just about location change. I think we'll all of us share that this is a statement from our side, a statement of intent, a signal that we are very serious about being present and visible and supportive in places that are contributing, as you said, to the global public good of keeping the temperature at 1.5, hopefully, but also where climate finance is needed most in terms of resilience. And we know too well how this support is critical to Pacific nations. And it's not just about protecting the future, it's actually about protecting the present, because the impacts are being felt significantly already.
The 42nd Green Climate Fund board meeting will be held for 1 week. Nicole Raman, National EMTV News.
Climate change remains to be the greatest existential threat of our time.
The impact of climate change affects all countries around the world, including Papua New Guinea. The climate crisis requires all institutions to be part of the transition to preserve the Earth. It is the most vulnerable nations that feels the impact of climate change the most. Prime Minister James Marape said the greatest gift in life is the oxygen and added that PNG has been an advocate to preserve Earth in its natural state since 2005.
My country has been an advocate in 2005, 2004, and earlier of this millennium. The father of this country, the great Prince Sir Michael Somarai, advocated for Article 5 and Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. That is our contribution. We want to save the planet. And saving the planet must mean we save Earth in its natural state, including forestry, the canopy over biodiversity, and oceans, the canopy over, of course, marine biodiversity also.
Co-chair of Green Climate Board meeting, Leif Homburg, states the two basic strategy of GCF to preserve Earth.
We have two basic strategies. We need to increase our efforts to decarbonize our economies, to transition away from fossil fuels. Secondly, we need to invest in building resilient societies by investing in adaptation and using nature-based solutions.
Holmberg headed GCF as a crucial role by channeling and mobilizing funds for climate investments.
The Green Climate Fund plays a crucial role by channeling and mobilizing capital for climate investments. And time is of essence, and this time the board do have funding proposal for well beyond $1 billion on its table to approve. So this fund has the possibility to actually be a strong force in fighting climate change.
Mr. Homburg said everyone is vulnerable to climate change unless we take joint actions. Nicole Rahman, National EMTV News.
National Airports Corporation and the Afia PNG Limited, a 100% nationally owned import-export enterprise, signed a landmark 40-year lease agreement recently to pave way for the establishment of an integrated air freight cargo terminal at the Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport in Lae. The significant agreement is specifically for storing and exporting agriculture and marine products and represents the first lease of its kind at Nadzab, positioning the airport as a key gateway for facilitating market access and economic opportunity across Papua New Guinea. Acknowledging this milestone was the General Manager for Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport, Mark Sahin.
Today, together we are not just signing documents, we are laying the groundwork for a brighter future for our communities and the aviation sector. We should be excited about this opportunity that lies ahead and the positive impact we will create together.
The initiative enables Afia PNG to develop and operate a modern cargo terminal and systems that will support the movement of both dry and perishable goods, offering a transformative supply chain solution for rural producers. Afia PNG's platform will allow for streamlined collection, storage and shipment of fresh produce and seafood. Commending Afia PNG and the potential benefit of the agreement was Morobe Governor Lutawenge, as he highlighted.
What I'm trying to say is the consumer out there is more for the product that we have. We have it. But accessibility to bring those goods to the airport, whatever transport that may be, to have them transported to the consumer's table is the one that we must develop.
Earlier in April this year, Afia PNG accepted NAC's initial lease offer, a critical milestone that confirmed both parties' commitment to this shared vision. With the final lease now signed, attention now turns to implementing a nationwide air freight network that connects buying points in rural communities with domestic and international markets via Nadzab. And now we take a look at the NESFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2426 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2351, $0.3570 Australian dollars, €0.1924 and 33.61 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower. Coffee closed lower. Cocoa closed lower. Copra closed unchanged. Palm oil closed higher. Crude oil is trading lower and copper closed higher. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher. The ASX 200 is trading higher and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
The GWM Tank 500 has a super luxurious interior with 7 family-friendly seats, and it really loves going off-road. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
Tell him shorty come get it. Come grind on me, but met it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Man, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The Department of Community Development and Religion has launched a 3-day District Community Development Center combined workshop for Southern and New Guinea Islands region today. The workshop is currently underway at the Tuhava Resort at Napa Napa in Central Province, with the aim to find possible ways to implement government services in the grassroots level. The workshop was launched by Central Provincial Administrator Edward Killer and the Department of Community Development and Religion Secretary Jerry Ubase.
When I saw Southern Region team and NGI, that's the New Guinea Islands region. And thank you for coming to the coast of Papua.
Mr. Kila also added that Community Development and Religion Department should be funded well because it deals directly with the people.
So this partnership, I believe it's the Community Development Partnership. And community development should be the department or should be one of the major departments that should be heavily funded. When we talk about community development, we are reflecting who? People. And we are there representing our people at the world level.
Secretary Ubase in his remarks says the objective of the workshop is to strengthen existing partnership. He said at the moment some government services are lacking and there is no government presence in many parts of the country.
Number 2 objective is to identify program priorities, challenges, and develop strategy for effective program grounding. Also, visibility on the ground, plenty government agency, they're not there. It's only few of us, so.
He also added that the DCDC bill is already compiled and will be tabled in Parliament to strengthen their work in partnership with other agencies to serve everybody inclusively.
But otherwise, this bill, you may wait, which has already been signed by the Gazettal Associated Signing Minister, Governor General. Signing finished now. I think it's at the government printing office. We'll print him, and then the Gazettal will be given. Then probably we'll be happy to share.
In attendance were officials from the provinces in Southern and New Guinea Islands region. Sambe Unity Development Association in Enga Province has committed 5,000 kina support towards the construction of a teacher's house in Mapmanda Community School in the Pilikambi LLG of Lagaip District.
Sambe United Development Association or SUDA Executive Director George Iki said this contribution is part of their continuous commitment in partnership to supporting education in the Sambe tribal communities. He said the 5,000 kina will be used to buy roofing irons for the construction of a teacher's house that is currently underway at Mapmanda Community School. He mentioned that SUDA believes that a small contribution from the Sambe Elites membership fees given from the art can go a long way. Iki encouraged the community to utilize this support wisely and ensure it provides a safe and conducive space for the teachers. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
They prey on the living and come by the thousands. They will not stop until they get what they want. From the producers of malaria, dengue, and yellow fever comes a plague that will not and cannot be stopped unless it's sapped. Stop them dead with Sap mosquito coils, out now at your local supermarket. Rated deadly.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
The all-new GWM Power has the best-in-class pulling power. Book a test drive today and hop into Boroco Motors for a spin.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Kai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. Papua New Guinea's national women's football team, the Laka Toys, are locked in and ready to roll at the OFC Women's Nations Cup in Fiji.
As defending champions, they are under pressure to back up their 2022 triumph in Suva, where they stand Fiji in the final. PNG Football Association General Secretary Amjad Tekwi said preparations has been busy since the two friendlies.
The preparations for the team started actually as early as the first or second week of January this year, in preparations for the anticipated international friendlies with Fiji, which we had two matches hosted here in Port Moresby. The first one was a 2-all draw on the 28th of May on a Friday here at the PNG Football Stadium. Then we had the second match on the 2nd of June, where we saw Fiji come from behind to win 3-1. That was a good match for us. It allowed us to identify where we needed to improve on, and I believe in the last 6 weeks, that's exactly what we've done, and the girls are ready, they're focused, and we all understand the pressure, the challenges, and the intensity that the other teams will be bringing to the competition to try to beat the ladies and take away the cup.
Tekwi further highlighted the game schedule for the team.
PNG is pooled in Pool A, which will be held in Lautoka at the Churchill Park. They will play their first match this week, Friday, against Samoa, followed by they play Samoa on the 7th of July, also at Churchill Park, and then they play their final pool match against Cook Islands on the 10th of July. We are confident we're going to return the cup, and the ladies should return with the cup on the 23rd of July, Wednesday.
Jonathan Sibona, Chukai Sports.
Team PNG's mixed VAA team have claimed the first medal at the 2025 Pacific Mini Games in Palau. The crew secured a well-earned silver medal after Tahiti took gold, while Fiji grabbed bronze. Team PNG is focused on retaining its dominance at the 2025 Pacific Mini Games, which officially commenced in Koro, Palau.
Despite the rain yesterday evening, Team PNG joined 22 other nations, including Australia and New Zealand, during the opening ceremony at Palau National Stadium. The competition kicked off today with PNG athletes scheduled to compete in swimming, VAA, volleyball and softball. 127 athletes will represent Papua New Guinea across 9 sporting codes. The team arrived in Palau on Thursday and spent the weekend adjusting to the conditions while stationed at Koro Elementary School. Chef de mission Kinivanagi Karo expressed confidence in the athletes' preparations, stating that the team had trained hard and made sacrifices to represent the country. Team PNG entered the Games as the reigning champions, having topped the medal tally at the 2022 Games in Northern Marianas. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Meanwhile, Team PNG's swimming squad delivered an impressive performance in the pool today at the Pacific Mini Games.
Rising star Nayeli Tako Megara booked her spot in the 50-meter backstroke final, continuing her promising form in the competition. In the relays, both the men's and women's team made it through to the finals of the 400-meter relay, a significant achievement that reflects the team's depth and coordination in the water. Roxanne Kerrock narrowly missed out in the final bet in the 200-meter breaststroke, but remains on standby as the first reserve, highlighting a strong individual effort. With multiple athletes progressing, Team PNG swimming contingent is gaining momentum and looks poised to the challenge for medals in the coming days. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
The all-new, powerful GWM Power. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
The numbers capacity is for not more than 10,000 women per year. Last year we had 17,000, which is nearly double what our facility is designed max capacity.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with Dr. Glenn Mola. Would you say Papua New Guinea has a population problem?
Yes, very much so.
That's on tonight.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. FC Morobe Wawins continue their strong run in the National Soccer League with a commanding 3-0 victory over Lay City Dwellers FC in their latest match.
The match began with both teams locked on in tight contest during the first half with limited goal-scoring opportunities due to disciplined defending on both sides. The deadlock was finally broken in the 29th minute when Elijah Sem found the back of the net, giving Morobe Wawens a 1-0 advantage. Returning in the second half, FC Morobe Wawens stepped up with a more composed and clinical approach. Fedalas Nuames extended the lead in the 60th minute before Daniel Tobem sealed the win with a well-taken goal in the 69th minute. Lay City Dwellers saw glimpses of attacking promise but failed to convert their chances, ultimately paying the price for the missed opportunities. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Barocco Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
Join me every Thursday night as Sportscene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on top of
now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway
and our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnabel and you're watching
all the younger ones would follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we know. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And now looking at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby City, partly sunny to cloudy evening with possible shower and rain drizzles. And Popondetta, occasional showers, rain and possible thunderstorms, then cloudy.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Monday, the 30th of June 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.